on your video, give us a wave. Turn on your video right now, give us a wave. Should have around a handful of people coming in. I'm so excited because we have a lot to cover. These next 5 days are going to be amazing. I want you guys to stay chimed in because some of the stuff that you're going to learn, guys, I can assure you, you've never seen this before. Tomorrow, I'm going to come in and I'm going to be sharing with you how I made over $75,000 because of the power of ChatGPT. How many of you would be excited to learn that by a show of hands? Okay, so if you want to learn that, type into the chat box right now, type in yes. If you're on Facebook groups, okay, I need you to go into the chat box and comment AI funnels. If that's something that you want to learn, I need to know right away, okay? Because that way I'm going to show up tomorrow and I'm going to share with you guys. Okay, I can see more people are chiming in. I'm excited. Julius, my man, what's going on? Majid, Uraola. Nice to meet you. William, Rohit in the house. Baka, how are you guys? Okay, Justin Kelly just joined us. Okay, so guys, if this is your first time joining me, please type in first time. If you have already come into my classes before, if you know who I am, just type in friend, okay? So if you know me from before, type in friend. If you are first timer, just type in first time. Okay, so we are gonna get cracking on. And basically, as I'm sharing this with you guys, okay, I wanted to introduce Reynold. Reynold, say hello. Okay, that's Reynold. Ron has been with me for the last 7-8 years, and he's been helping me basically manage the clients. He's the head success client coach at Wealth Academy and Funnels. And he's probably seen more funnels built than most people. Okay, so it's just like, you know, if you wanted to go to the gym and lose weight, you want to have a personal trainer. You want to have someone that can show you how to use the different machines. Does that make sense? You want to have someone that's going to show you what to eat, how to eat for your nutrition. This is why I have a personal trainer. I have a nutritionist. And in the last 6 to 8 months, I've lost over 20 pounds. And so if most people, what I find is when they're trying to make a business work, they're trying to chase 10 different rabbits. And so what I want to do is I want to share with you the one proven way that I know that has worked for me. And obviously my results say a lot. I've generated over $30 million before I turned 30 years old. All praise to God. That's number one. Number two is when I look back at the last 10 years, it's literally been me coming up with one funnel. The first $1 million I made was an affiliate marketing funnel. Then almost by accident, someone told me that they wanted to buy traffic. And so I instantly just set up a traffic agency and I made my second $1 million. And I remember the first $100,000 was the hardest, okay? But most people, they give up. They give up when they try to make their first 100K, or even after the first 100K, they get lazy, they get complacent. They start to enjoy life now. They take their foot off the pedal. And I'll tell you now, when you take your foot off the pedal, sometimes it's really hard to get back on. So my goal is these 5 days for you to really step it up. So number one commitment that you want to have is commit to showing up throughout these 5 days. I guarantee you, you're going to learn at least 5 things. If you have an open mind and just tell yourself, hey, I have an open mind. I'm going to do whatever it takes. Hi, Fatima. Hi, Bogdan. Rimar, nice to see you guys. Okay, awesome. So these 5 days are also going to be a mix of live, recorded, because we've created these sessions that we can just plug into. And so each day you want to show up. That way, at the end of each class or before each class, you'll have the opportunity to ask me questions, especially if you're a VIP member. I'm so excited. Let's get the show on the road. Mikey, do your thing, buddy. Let's go. Hi, Justin. Great to have you here. And Mikey, calling once, twice. Let's go.
What's a funnel?
Funnels are the future.
Funnels.
Funnel. Funnel agency.
Funnel?
This is the next evolution. Me and Alex online using funnels have generated over 1 billion in sales.
I hate to crash the party, bro. I know you're doing your 5-day challenge. I just have to say something for 60 seconds, man. I met this guy here 2 years ago on a 5-day challenge. And since that time, I've generated over 24 million.
Wow.
Verified by Russell Brunson. I bought 4 Lamborghini.
I met Shaq a year ago, and my business was doing 6 figures a month. And man, it's been a journey. So basically, when I met you, we were doing like 120 grand a month, and it was good to get your advice and perspective and on what I needed to do next, which was to build out the product path. And honestly, it's that one thing has made the difference. And last month was 425K. The month before was 413. We're on to do a $1.2 million quarter.
Shaq, first of all, man, thanks for this opportunity and thanks for everything, man. In the last 8 months, really, you have changed my life, buddy. In the last 8 months, he has helped me go from 0 to now over 180 grand. That's like that's like 25 grand a month because of the power of online marketing and because of mentorship from people like him, man. It's amazing. It's mind-boggling.
Hi, Becca Berry here. I'm from Houston, Texas, and for the last 15 years, I worked as a subcontractor to NASA. I loved my job, but in 2013, NASA downsized and a lot of the contractor workforce lost their jobs. I was one of them. I was devastated. I was embarrassed, and I thought I was irreplaceable. I was tired of making a lot of money for my bosses while I was struggling to get 3% raises. And I just wanted to do something different. I wanted a professional business, something that I could be proud of. This was what I was looking for. He talked about running a business. He talked about metrics. He talked about the things you need to measure to make sure you're making profits. He talked about the training available to teach me how to do the job. In my first month, I was able to make $10,000. By month 6, I was making 6 figures. It's been a dream come true for me because it's made so much possible. It's given me financial freedom, time freedom, and just the freedom to enjoy my family without the pressure of worrying about my next paycheck.
I've been following the guy for over 10 years, and I always loved his emails. I watched him grow from like industry to industry. No matter what he went into, he was always on the cutting edge of things. So I knew Shaqir was the man to help me to get to where I want to be, right? So we spend roughly a month going back and forth, like strategizing the new offer that I had in my head. He helped me to basically create everything, map out how exactly I should position it, what price points. So after 30 days, I have the plan in my head. I know what I should do. I get to work. Literally 2 weeks later, I make $150,000. And now we're finishing up the month and I'm crossing over $190,000. So here's the thing, right? Not only has he helped me to build a business that's massively scalable now, and we're just getting started. I literally now see this is going to do 10 million plus a year because he's helping me put all the systems in place. And literally within just 60 days, we're already, making massive momentum, and we're just getting started. The big thing for me is not the money. It's like he's helped me to overcome so many mental blocks that I had that kept me stuck. I'm talking about even just things of being frustrated in my own personal life, and just like sharing some of these things with me, these lessons, it was like, psh, my mind was blown, right? Completely blasted these thoughts right out of my mind, opened up my full potential to believe in myself of what's possible. And so I can't even begin to thank you, Shaqir, for everything you've done for me, man. Like, we've only been working together for like 2 months. This is just absolutely insane to me. I'm literally so excited every day to get out of bed. I'm working with cool customers. I'm building an amazing team that's all pumped up and inspired. I've just never been at a point in my life where I'm so excited for my future. And I can't even begin to put in words how thankful I am to you for everything you've done for me. I'm super, super excited to see where we're going with the next year. And, my personal advice is, if you're somebody watching this testimonial and you're on the fence, Shaqir is the real deal. I've been in this industry for over 10 years. I've invested over $250,000 in my marketing education. So I've seen my fair share of the jokers and the people that really deliver. And I can tell you, literally on the very first call I got on the phone with Shaqir, I knew right instantly, this is the guy. He knows what he's talking about. Come on, look, he made 30 million by 30. I think the results are there. He knows what he's doing. I can't even recommend him enough. So Shaqir, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, man. You truly are a game changer for me. You'll always have a place in my heart, moving forward.
If you were in a different financial position during the pandemic, how many of you believe you would have done things differently for yourself and for your family? By a show of hands. Yeah, look around. This is all real people, by the way. If you're just joining us, you need to turn your video on. Otherwise, we will maybe just remove you from the group. Okay, so go ahead, turn your video on, give us a wave, everyone. All right, welcome in. Hey, Angela. Hey, Julian. What's up, Stephen? Amanda's there. Samin, Christopher, Todd Phillips, Dan Bogowitz. Okay, I was going to say Acha. Acha means okay. So Eddie's here. All right. Mehroz is here. All right. So I've got a power-packed 5 days plan for you that's guaranteed to show you a completely new way of starting up and scaling up your online business. And one of the reasons why we do this is because we see so many good-hearted people suffer when it comes to making money online, when it comes to starting a business online, when it comes to just in general, creating freedom for their lives. How many of you would agree on that? Okay, because let's be real, you guys are good, you guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you're good-hearted people, right? You want to do good for yourself, for your family. But then when it comes to making money online, people find it ridiculously hard. How many of you can relate to anything that I'm saying here by a show of hands? Okay, is this good though, you guys? Can you guys hear me? Let's bring it closer. Okay, so where was I? What I was sharing was, one of the reasons why we do this is because during the pandemic, I saw so many people struggle to start their online business. I saw so many people struggle to make money. And it really frustrated me because I kept thinking to myself, hey, why is it that people don't know how to make money online? Or they've tried, but then for some reason, it doesn't work out. It doesn't catch on, okay? And then they get overwhelmed. And then they start chasing different shiny objects. And before we know it, before you know it, before everyone knows it, they're 6 months, 12 months, even 5 years down the hole, and they've got nothing to show for. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Okay. And so during these 5 days, I will share with you a series of true stories and lessons that will dramatically show you and explain to you the difference between people that go out and make it versus the people that tend to struggle a lot. Is that okay with you guys? And I want you to write this down right now, okay? Stories, okay? Because I am going to share with you some of the lessons that I've learned when it comes to storytelling for conversions. I'm going to share with you some lessons on how to essentially grow your business to the next level. So we're going to get cracking on.
I had been involved with high performance and life coaching for quite a while. I'm a teacher professionally. The high performance and life coaching I was doing was actually to raise money for a nonprofit that I was involved with at the time. This was back in 2016. And I was working with another funnel company, similar to what Shaqir's doing here, and had a good experience. It was fine. It was just a little disjointed. We accomplished what we needed to do. We had some good success with the high performance coaching. I built a good clientele out of it, and we raised a lot of money for the nonprofit for about the year that we were doing it. So then fast forward 4 or 5 years later, I'm in this situation now. I'm done with the project I was working on, and I'm looking to get into the brain health space. And have done a lot of research on that over the last 10 or 15 years. So as I was getting back online to look originally at the first person that I hired to help with the funnels that we did back in 2016. And as I was looking up information on that individual and that company, I started running across other people that were doing, claiming to do similar things in the funnel space and online marketing and product and services. Becoming online experts, thought leaders, things like that. So long story short, I saw Shaqir on a video. He was actually interviewing someone else. It was a YouTube video. So it wasn't an advertisement or anything. I just found him through a search engine on YouTube and started watching his videos. Then I went back to his page, started watching more videos, and went to his site, just started reading as much as I could on him because he had a lot of social clout. He had a lot of clout online. I mean, the things that he was saying on his, if they're true, right? And I know they are to be now, but when I was looking from the outside in, if all these things are true, this guy's accomplished quite a bit in a short amount of time. And I'm looking for somebody that can I can outsource the entirety of what we're trying to do operationally and online so that I can be focused on what I do well. And that's teaching and sharing and training people in brain health. So I was originally going to go through a 5-day challenge like this. And as I was reading through the process, I decided to just get a hold of Shaqir on his phone and text him like he offered from one of his websites. And sure enough, he answered and connected with me. And that was probably 5 days ago. So I went from zero. I haven't bought anything from Shaqir, but I do have a lot of experience in this space. So I knew what he was sharing. I knew some of the people he was involved with. I knew he was legit and he was doing the things he said he was going to do. So I just jumped right in. So I don't know if I'm at your highest level. And where am I? At a high level.
One of the high levels, right?
Yeah,
so it's one of the highest levels. Basically, it's a 6-figure investment. So it's over $100,000. Okay. Now let's give Todd a big round of applause, you guys. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I want to say congratulations, because when I say, people are investing in our programs, what they're doing is they are investing in themselves. You guys see the difference? Okay. So sometimes people don't understand this. They think, oh yeah, if I buy this, I'm giving my money, I'm investing in a program that's going to help me become successful. But in reality, that's just one part of it. What you're doing when you invest in yourself is you're saying to yourself, I deserve the success that I desire and dream about. Do you see the difference? You see, some people would be like, this is really expensive, or, I can't afford this. But someone like Todd will come in and say, hey, I see the value. That's the difference. I want you guys, by the way, Todd, I'm just going to replace your spotlight here, but thank you so much for being here.
Sure. And
you're going to have a blast. I hope you get a lot out of this 5-day challenge. I am really pumped to see so many people here. Wow, we have 80 people live. So when you want to create any level of success in your business, in your life, this is one of the golden keys. You have to invest in yourself, and you have to get comfortable to invest in yourself. Does this make sense? Okay, because there's two ways. I learned early on, there's two ways to learn anything. It's either through mentors or through mistakes. And sadly, most people are open for wanting to learn through mistakes. And even if they don't admit that, if you ask them, hey, how long have you been trying to make money online? Hey, when did you hear about Facebook? How many of you have heard of Facebook more than 10 years ago? Look around. Now, if I'm not, you don't have to, first question you answer, thank you. Second question, you don't have to answer. The second question is, how many years have you been making money on Facebook? Anyone? Okay, some of you are like, it's a big fat 0, right? And I remember this because about 12 years ago when I joined Facebook, and I remember my friends, we were really young, and my friend said, we joined Facebook, there's going to be lots of pretty girls. And I remember, like, after one day of adding random pretty girls, I was really young, and I was like, how do I make money from this? Do you see the different questions? Asking the right question will lead you to the right answers. So sometimes what happens is, when we found what creates massive amounts of success between our students and our clients, one of the things is they ask the wrong questions. So we want to get you in a position where you ask the right questions. Okay. And so I am going to bring up one more person here. Let's see who here wants to go live, because remember this as well. This is going to be seen by potentially thousands of people. So who here wants to go on? And I want to get someone on that's really committed to their success. I'm talking they want to make a minimum of $10,000 to $50,000 per month in 2023. I mean, we're coming into 2023. Who wants to come in? Because I want to share some story. Angela is there. Hey, Angela.
Hi.
What's up?
Yeah, you can hear me. Yes. Oh, I'm great. Thank you.
Awesome. So I thought I'll bring you up here.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Everyone say hi, Angela. Let's go. All right. I don't know why they don't want to say hi to you. Everyone kept saying hi to Todd. Guys, this is just one person. Come and say hi to her. Okay, cool. So we have a whole bunch of people, right? Okay, cool. Lots of people are now saying hi, Angela. So Angela, kind of share your story on, why you're even here, why you joined this challenge, and a little bit about your background. And one of the reasons why we do this is because I want to normalize, hey, it's okay. Some people are here. I know some people here that are probably making, some of my students that will probably join today or over these 5 days. Some of these guys and girls are making, say, $250,000 to $1 million a month and more. And some people are just starting off. They can barely pay their bills and they're trying to learn digital marketing. So we have a wide range of people from all over the world. So that I just want to humanize the process, right, Angela? So kind of introduce yourself, where you're from, what you do, why you joined this challenge.
Yeah, so I'm Angela, and I help service-based entrepreneur do webinars, events. And by the way, these kind of challenges. But I didn't start there because I was a truck driver. I was living in my truck, and I dreamt of this laptop lifestyle by being able to lay on the beach, doing pina colada, and having this evergreen sales coming my way, because I love to travel. So my passion was fitness, and I launched my fitness business, but I didn't know anything. So I spent a massive amount of money, and I'm really techie. So I built myself my own fitness app. I actually had sales funnels. I run ads and all that kind of complicated tech without knowing anything about the online space, which meant that business actually cost me more money than I was making, right? And then I came across some kind of challenge. So this is I think 3 years ago or something like that. So I threw that business out and I started over running events. And I could quit my job as a truck driver. And I built that business to almost 6 figures. It was a fitness weight loss business for women in menopause. And then I decided I wanted to help others like me, helping them create events. So I pivoted back in 2020. And that is when I came across Shaqir for the first time on Instagram. And I always say that you should have this kind of person or community you go to for inspiration when you kind of feel down or everything is just, it doesn't work out. And Shaqir became that person. And I actually talked some times about him because back then you had black and orange as your colors. So everything that was black and orange, I actually stopped scrolling because I thought it was an inspirational thing that gave me a kick in the butt, right, from Shaqir's content. And now I feel like I come to the place where I want to scale this. And that is why I'm on this challenge to kind of get an inspiration and turning this into the next level.
I appreciate it very much. Guys, give her a big round of applause. So I'm looking forward to it as well, Angela. I know you've been following me for a while. And so, yeah, I'm excited. With that being said, guys, we're going to get the show on the road. And one of the things I want to just share with you all, because I've seen many of you here. Okay, people are saying, awesome, Angela, great job, Angela. One of the things that I've seen, ladies and gentlemen, is over the past, say, 12, 13 years, is the people that just say to themselves, I've had enough. Okay, it's like the people that say, hey, I've had enough. So earlier, the last 2 years, okay, some of you will know, actually, most people don't know this until I publicly told everyone, for a couple of years, I was not actually running my day-to-day business. I had put a team in place and I had started focusing on a completely different new industry for 2 years, okay? And during those 2 years, my company still produced multiple 7 figures, so many millions of dollars, without me having to be right there and then. How many of you would love to build a business and then if you needed, for example, you needed to take 6 months off, 1 year off, 2 years off, maybe you wanted to do something for a spiritual reason, maybe you wanted to do something for your health, maybe you just wanted to take it easy and you wanted to take some time off, but your business is still going to be there. How many of you would like to have something like that? Okay, well, guess what I did? I did that for over 2 years. Literally, I told my team, you guys take over. I had Mikey, he shot a bunch of videos. We would publish on Instagram. My Facebook posts were going out, and I was off doing something else. Now, the reason why I say this is because during those 2 years, I also was sitting around on the computer, trading and traveling, and I put on a little bit of weight. By a little bit of weight, I mean about 30 pounds. Okay. And so this year, I said to myself, hey, you know what? I'm kind of sick and tired because none of my clothes fit me. When I'm in the changing room, I'm kind of like, oh man, the shirt is not fitting me, or these expensive Armani suits is not looking good as it once used to do. How many of you can relate to what I'm talking about? And that drove me, okay, that drove me to a point where I just said, hey, I'm actually just sick and tired of this. Man, what's the solution? So over the last 10 years, I've had a gym membership. That doesn't mean I've been going to the gym. Okay, how many of you know what I'm talking about, right? You've got access to internet marketing courses, but when you look in the bank account, there's no millions, right? Anyone else can relate to that? If you can relate to that, just type in, I can relate. All right, don't type in, I can relate. That you're watching this, or wherever you're watching this, on Zoom, on Facebook, any of the channels, just go and type in, I can relate, if you can relate to that. So earlier this year, I said to myself, what do I have to do so that my goals become inevitable? And this is a concept I learned from a mentor of mine, a friend, a guy called Eben Pagan, and he calls this inevitability thinking. Okay? And what is inevitability thinking? It's if you want to reach a goal, what are the conditions that you need to set in place so that the goal becomes inevitable? Does that make sense? So next year, I have this goal to get to, say, $20 million in my business. And I asked myself, what do I need to do to make it inevitable? One of them is I need new success stories. People that are starting from scratch, maybe they've gone through a divorce, they've lost their money, they've lost their husband, they lost a loved one, and now they're sick and tired and they just want to make something big happen. Does that make sense? What if I could take a handful of those people that are they're just ready to reinvent themselves. They just want to transition themselves into a new person, into a new reality, right? What if I took a handful of those and then I help them get to the next level? Is this all making sense to you guys? Okay, if it's making sense, go to the chat box right now and type in, I'm reinventing myself. Okay? And so I said to myself, hey, guys like Todd, and I've got dozens and dozens of other clients, not everyone can just whack 100 grand, 150 grand and say, Shaqir, come and give me coaching for one-on-one. Not everyone has that ability. Okay, I get it. So what if we had a system where instead of, people that have $100,000 or $50,000 that can come and work with me, what if they were just starting off and maybe they've got a budget of 5 or 10 or 20K to start with, if they pull the resources together? What if we could give everyone here the opportunity to become one of our success stories? Does that make sense? How many of you would like to be one of our next success stories by a show of hands? And just type into the chat box right now, that's me, I'm next. I like it, Eddie. Type it in. I like Eddie's dancing around. Now type in who's next. Okay. And when you say this to yourself as well, you really want to commit. Instead of saying, hey, yeah, maybe I want to, just tell yourself, I will do whatever it takes. Okay. Just like you heard Todd. Okay. Todd investing over $100,000, flying from the other side of the world to come and meet me. This is not a light thing. This is someone who's all in. Type into the chat box if you're going all in. All right, we have 90 people on here. We have a handful on Facebook. Okay, awesome. So you guys want to, yeah, absolutely. So here's what we're going to do, okay? I have a handful of slides. I'm going to get started on these slides. And just by a show of hands, okay, how many people here are new to my work, just so I know? Like you've never bought anything from me, this is your first time, raise your hand, okay? Let me just see, keep raising your hand so I can see. This is your first time, okay, cool. All right, so what I'm gonna do, okay, let me see. If you're new, just type in new because there's too many people here right now, so I can't see all of you. but just go and type in if you're new. Okay, new means you haven't basically done business with us before. Okay, to do business with us, it's a premium investment, and that's why we're very picky on who we want to take on. All right, so if you're just new, let me know. If you've already been somewhat in my circle, you've bought a couple of our programs, then let me know you're an existing client. Okay. Okay, new. Wow. All right. Okay, new means lots of potential new success stories. Okay, that's the good part. And the other part is I will share with you my story of how I got started in this industry. Okay, so just like you showing up for this call today, about 13 years ago, we had something called the recession happen. How many of you remember the recession? Okay, how many of you remember the recession? Okay, so back in 2000, I see Mikey here. He probably doesn't even know what recession means. Now he knows because I talk about it all the time. Okay, but Mikey's like in his early 20s. Okay, most of our clients, by the way, are 35, 45 years of age and above, because that's our target market that we serve. And so let me give you an example. 2009, I dropped out of university, and like many people, my friends and family, my parents, they said, hey, go to school, go to college, go to university, get a degree, get a job. Okay. My dad would say, son, you have to become an accountant, lawyer, a doctor or something. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Okay. Just by a show of hands. Okay. Let me ask you this. How's that working out? Not too good. That's why you're coming over here and you're learning from someone that dropped out of university. So kudos to you. So I dropped out of university in my final year, bearing in mind my family, my friends, my sisters, almost everyone in my family, they're very well educated. They've got degrees and, they've got it all. Me, at the age of 21, I decide I'm going to drop out of university against all my friends and family's wishes. And I said to myself, hey, I'm going to go and learn how to make money online. And what do you think people said? It's a scam. It's not going to work. This is a pipe dream. How many of you have heard stuff like this before? By a show of hands. Okay, this is basically what everyone around me said to me. So I came in and I was like, my mentor said to me, he was very rich and I was very poor. So when a rich person tells you something, it's wise for you to listen, yes or no? Okay, so first of all, the rich person starts telling me all sorts of stuff. And my response was, I already know this. What's this guy going to teach me? Okay, how many of you have heard of people like that, or yourself, you're sometimes like this? Okay, you're like, oh, I already know this. So here's what happens, okay? I tell one of my mentors where I'm seeing him on stage, I already know this. And he gets on stage and he goes, there's a group of people that will say something like, I already know this. And these people usually have a big ego and a small bank account. And I looked at him and I thought, he's talking to me. All right. And I was like, what? And he said, to get an MBA, which stands for, what does MBA stand for? Massive bank account. Okay, that's what MBA stands for in my world. To get an MBA, you have to invest in yourself and learn from people that have already got the results. So here I am, I'm like 21 years old. I'm thinking, man, what's this guy talking about? And he goes, you have to invest in yourself. I didn't have, there you go, Hamza's saying MBA equals massive bank account. How many of you want a modern day MBA? Just type in MBA. I gotta see, come on, you guys. All right. Let me know, ladies and gentlemen, type in MBA. All right, these are my people. Okay, the people that are typing in. You got to interact. It takes energy to make money. You want to write that one down too. If you don't have energy, no one wants to be around you. No one wants to give you money, okay? And so what happens is I go home, I tell everyone. Basically at the event, they said, you're learning from people that make millions of dollars. Whatever you do not go and tell your friends and family. Whatever you do not go and tell people around you. Okay, now I was 21 years old at the time. What do you think I did? I went home and I told every single person. I told all the kids that I grew up with. I grew up in a place called East London. The closest I can tell you about, imagine south side of Chicago. Okay, so I grew up in a, what do you call a council, government housing, ghetto housing, 3 bedrooms. We had 13 people living in the 3 bedrooms. Okay, growing up, I didn't even know we was poor until I met rich people and I realized he's rich and I'm poor and I need to get there. How many of you kind of feel like that? Where you're like, oh my gosh, there's like all these 20, 30-year-olds making all these millions. I need to get there. So that was my thought pattern. And then my mentor said, hey, whatever you need to do it to get the money to invest in yourself. And guys, it took me 9 months of crazy struggles. I know some of you are doing this right now. I was trying 10 different things. I was going to event after event. I was joining endless webinars. These days they call them challenges. Okay. Back then they used to call them webinars. And 9 months later, I was so close to giving up. I had invested $45,000 of other people's money, my dad's money. I borrowed money from every single person that I could. Okay. Because my mentor said, invest in yourself. So I took it really literally. And just when I was about to quit, I remember coming across a class just like this. And it was this young millionaire mentor, a guy from Miami, Florida. And he shared with me a few systems and a few secrets of the trade. And that essentially took me from absolute zero to making my first 6 figures in my first 12 months. Okay, that's my first full year online. And you guys want to write this down, okay? Because this is what I can help you with. I made $120,000 in 1 year. How many of you would be happy to make 120 grand your first year? Everyone's hand should go up if you don't have 120K in your bank account liquid right now, okay? The reason why I say this is this. What happens is it compounds, okay? Now, human beings sometimes find it very hard to understand this, but once you get this, the first year I made 120K. Now, I want you guys to understand this. I learned 2 skills. Here's the 2 skills that I learned. Copywriting and email list building. Okay, copywriting and email list building. My second year, I made $275,000. Okay, and so now you have to understand. Are you guys getting this? Is this making sense to everyone? Just give me just wave if it's making sense. Okay, so you have to understand. I make $400,000, and I have no friends right now because all of my friends, I left all of them, and because I was glued to the computer, I was trying to make money at home, and I did it. Now, what happens to a kid that has 400K that he's just made and he has no friends? I tell you what happens. Anyone remember playing the Monopoly game? Anyone play Monopoly as a kid? Okay, in Monopoly, okay, the board game Monopoly, they got these 2 expensive roads. In London, they call it Park Lane and Mayfair. And my dad, when we used to play Monopoly, I'm not blaming my dad, by the way, I love my dad, so I'm not blaming him. But my dad used to say, this is where you buy those hotels, Park Lane and Mayfair. So here I am, I made 400K. I haven't gone out, I don't go out, I stay at home. I think to myself, that's where I need to go to make some friends, because now I want to make some rich friends. Well, what do you think happens? I go there, and in a span of about 6 to 7 months, I end up spending almost all of the money. And then I remember having absolutely no money. And I remember going to my bank account at a Barclays bank account, and I took a picture of my bank account. And it said, I probably got the picture. I'll show it to you guys tomorrow. Okay, how many of you guys would like to see a picture of that? That will show you the reality. And it said, I still remember the number. It was like minus 286 pounds. And I had at the time only one friend, Massimo was his name, and he's still a very good friend of mine. He goes to me, hey, what are you going to do right now that you've lost it all? And I looked at him and I said, no, I haven't lost it, because now I know how to make that money. How many of you would love to have bulletproof skills? So it doesn't matter if it's pandemic, recession, crisis, wars, you can go out there in the world and you can write your own ticket for the rest of your life. By a show of hands, how many of you would like that? Look around, just look around. Everyone's hand is going up. Why? These are the skills school, colleges, universities, your friends and family, no offense, media, they don't teach you this stuff, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, just about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I was speaking at Cambridge University. How many of you know Cambridge University? Okay, where's my Americans at? Todd. Cambridge University, if you don't know what that is, in America, it's like Harvard and Yale. So in the UK, we have 2 universities called Oxford and Cambridge. And I walked in feeling like a complete imposter. Why? Because everyone graduated or were graduating from a top university. And I was there, and I remember the speaker in front of me, he had gone to Oxford University. And imagine me, I'm sitting there with my suit, Mikey's right next to me with his camera, and I'm thinking to myself, I can't believe I made it here. Okay, so the reason why I share this is because Cassandra goes, yes, my cousin is studying there. Okay, the reason why I share this is and you want to write this down, once you develop high income skills, no one can take it away from you. Okay, the second thing is your ability to stack these high income skills will determine how much money you're going to be able to make in your life. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we stack these skills one on top of the other. Okay, guess what happened literally the next year? Okay, the next year, remember what I shared with you guys. I had lost all the money, but because I had the skills, the next year, okay, the next year, ladies and gentlemen, I did $1.2 million. Is that cool or what? Wow. And each year since then, I doubled it, I doubled it, I doubled it. And basically before the age of 30 years old, okay, at the age of 28, I had gone to this place where Muslims go in Saudi Arabia, okay? How many of you know that in Saudi Arabia, Muslims go for a holy pilgrimage, right? So I'm there and I'm with my parents. And I'm not kidding when I say this. It was my first goal was to make 10 grand a month. My second goal was to make 50K a month. I thought if I made 100 grand a month, I'm retired, okay? It doesn't work like that, but anyway. And then I thought, man, what if I could hit the impossible goal of making $1 million a month? So I'm 28 years old. I'm in Saudi Arabia with my parents and with that same best friend, by the way, that used to lend me money when I wanted to start these internet businesses. And I'm 28 years old. It's December of 2016, I think it was, okay? I get the text message from my team that I've hit my first $1 million month. And so I started when I was just 21 years old, buried in debt, broken, had no idea how to make money. And then I went from that to really getting to the next level of really like in society. Like many people never ever make $1 million in their entire lifetime. And I don't say this to brag or to boast, okay? You guys understand this, right? I don't need to brag or boast. I'm sharing this because hopefully someone here listening, okay? I don't know you, okay? Most people here, apart from my team and Todd here, I don't really know anyone else here. But I know someone's gonna listen and say, hey, $1 million a month is possible. Some of you are gonna say, man, if that guy can make $1 million a month, I can make $10,000 a month. How many of you feel like that? Okay. And last year, one of my biggest goals was to have a $1 million day. And I'm proud and happy and I'm very grateful. All praise to God. I have to say, last year, I had my first ever $1.3 million profit day. Yeah, you can clap for that one. Thank you very much. Okay. So when I share this stuff with you, some people are like, man, why are you doing these challenges? Well, I'm doing them for a variety of reasons, but like I said, one of them is to create new success stories for 2023. I'm planning to write a bunch of books, at least 2 books in 2023. I'm planning to do my live events and seminars. And I thought, you know what? How cool would it be to do this? And obviously, financially, people come in and they look at this and they say, hey, I would love to work with Shaqir Hussyin. I would love to win one of these 7-figure awards or one of these 8-figure awards. Now, just from what I'm sharing with you today here right now, how many of you are like, I want to work with Shaqir Hussyin and become one of his $1 million success stories? Maybe you want to make your first 100K. Maybe you want to make your first $1 million. I know Todd wants to go to $10 million and beyond. So I'm going to get started with the slide deck I have. This is going to be an intense session, but by a show of hands, okay? By a show of hands, there's quite a few of you here. By a show of hands, how many of you are just ready to take massive action today? Just by a show of hands. I want to see, keep your hands up because I want to see your face, okay? I want to see your face because you guys and girls, okay? Cassandra, I see you, okay? Angela, I see you, all right. Raise your hand, let me see, nice and high, okay? Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do, because I know sometimes things happen, the next few days, someone's going to be busy, okay? What I'm going to do is I will get you, okay, a special link to, and you have to stay for on this call. I'm going to get you guys a link where you can book a call with one of our funnel advisors, okay? And in this call, we'll be able to figure out exactly where you're at, where you want to get to, and what's the missing link. How many of you, and this is easily at least a 497 value, how many of you would like to have a personal one-on-one call with someone from my team today or tomorrow? Raise your hand. Let me see. Just raise your hand and just type into the chat box saying, yes, that's me. Type into the chat box right now. Say, yes, that's me. Okay, cool. Just type in. If you want to get a funnels advisory session, I need to know, okay? Samin from my team and Hamza are just going to make notes on who that is, because we have something really special for you guys. So the reason why I say this is because some people come on and they're like, this is great and I love it. I just want something done for me. Like, how many of you would love to have a done for you award-winning funnel installed in your business? Just raise your hand if that's you. Okay, I see you, Todd. See you, Cassandra. Okay, cool. Okay, awesome. So let's get into this now, because this is going to be something that's going to help you this year, next year, probably for the next 5 to 10 years of your life. Okay. So the 3 golden keys of crafting your $1 million offer. So I want to say firstly, again, welcome in. Okay. Some people are like, but what if I don't have a business? Don't worry. Okay. This is perfect for beginners as well, and as of people that are experts in their field. So welcome to the 2023 5-Day Funnels Challenge Masterclass. Okay. Yes, usually my programs range from $10,000 to $100,000, and we have hundreds and hundreds of students. Actually, we've got over 1,000 students that have invested this much money. Okay, it kind of still blows my mind away, because I've done close to about $50 million in sales right now, and I want to give you the best of what I know to help you go from 0 to at least 10K per month. Okay. Now, what you have to commit to, because I'm going to show up as long as you show up. The next 5 days, every single day, you have to show up. Okay. Every single day. And what you're going to do is you're going to get a series of worksheets. Okay. Can you pass me some of the worksheets? Okay. You're going to get a series of these worksheets. Some of these worksheets, what you're going to get is when clients invest, say, $20,000 with us, we walk them through some of these worksheets and we help them step by step go from 0 to $10,000 a month, and then to their first $50,000 per month. Some people do it real fast. Some people take a little bit slow, but I've seen everything. I've seen people go from 0 to 20K per month in their first year. I have multiple students right now. Okay. Actually, you know what? Instead of me talking about this, let's play this. Okay. Watch this. Hey, I'm going to play this video. Would they be able to hear it? Yeah.
I hate to crash the party, bro. I know you're doing your 5-day challenge. I just have to say something for 60 seconds, man. I met this guy here 2 years ago on a 5-day challenge. And since that time, I've generated over 24 million.
Wow.
Verified by Russell Brunson. I bought 4 Lamborghinis in the last 12 months. I have 120 people on my team. They're all in the sales room right now. And right now, Shaq, we are doing north of 7 figures a month. I followed the journey of the entrepreneur. I use your offers. I still use it to this very day, dude. And when I met Shaq, I took it to a whole different level.
Okay, so let's give him a big round of applause, you guys. Let's give him a big round of applause. Yay. If you don't celebrate success, you're going to have a hard time creating success. Okay, trust me. You got to be happy for other people's success. Does that make sense? Okay, sometimes when we're starting off and we don't have money for our bills and we don't have money to live our dream life, it's sometimes we don't really appreciate when other people work hard and they crack the code. So this guy, he told me in person, he was in the hospital. Okay, his wife was about to give birth, and he gets on the phone and he's funnel hacking me. Okay, how many of you have heard of that term, funnel hacking? Okay, where you go and buy other people's funnels. Okay, how many people here are trying to funnel hack me right now? How many of you decided you're going to just buy Shaqir Hussein's sales funnels challenge and the upsells just to funnel hack me? Anyone? Okay, yeah, there's always a handful. Okay, so I'm used to it. It's okay. I get it. So here's what happens, right? He comes along and he tells me he was on his phone and he sees my ad for a 5-day challenge, $47 or whatever it was. And he's like, man, I thought, let me just funnel hack you. Whilst he's in the hospital. And he goes, that was the best decision of his entire life. Why? Because in the last 2 years, that gentleman has now made over $24 million. And I was just on stage at the ClickFunnels event. There's about 5,000 people. I was on stage. He was also next to me on stage winning multiple 8-figure awards. Dang. Yeah, isn't that cool? So when I share with you, listen, this stuff works 100%. You have to follow through. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm guaranteeing that you're going to make this. Is that cool with you? Can I get permission from you guys on this? Yes? Just type in yes. Type into the chat box yes if you understand. Look, I can't guarantee legally, ethically, physically that you're going to go out and do this or anything remotely like this, okay? However, what I can say is if you take action, you work with me and my team, these are just a handful of my team members. We have, I think we have over 20 people right now, maybe 25-ish, okay? But my goal is to scale to 70 to 100 people in the next 12 months, okay? I'm building an absolute rocket ship for my software company, for my education company, for my events company, and we have some big goals in our business, okay? And so what I would recommend for you is when you're looking to invest in yourself, when you're looking to grow your business, you want to find a team or a company that have the resources to give you an edge. Does that make sense? Okay, I want you guys to write that down. Okay, find the right team. So I'm going to introduce you to a couple of them. Okay, some of them are here right now. Don here. How many of you can see Don? Just raise your hand here if you can see Don. Raise your hand if you can see Don. Okay, so Don was the program sales director for this guy called Patrick Bet-David. How many of you know Patrick Bet-David from Valuetainment? Okay, he's got like 4 million YouTube subscribers. So he was the program sales manager. He's just come on board, okay, to help us scale. There's Hamza, there's Amanda from Canada, Samin from Chicago, USA, Mehroz, there's Reynold, there's Judy, Mikey. And these are, I thought, hey, let me just introduce you to a handful of my team. There's a lot more that run traffic, that run sales, that are doing operational stuff. And so I wanted to share that with you. So a couple of challenge rules, because this 5 days is going to really set you up. But I want you to keep this in mind. Number one, stay throughout the 5 days, okay? Whatever we give you, you have to participate. If we give you a worksheet, okay, people pay $18,000, $20,000, we give them this. If we give you this worksheet today, you have 24 hours to complete it and post it in the Facebook group. Now, if you don't post it, my team and I, someone from my team will reach out to you to help you out. If you don't do the work, then we're gonna have to remove you from the group. Is that fair, everyone? Just give me a thumbs up if it's fair. Let me know if it's fair. I'm gonna give you the tools and resources to get you 10K to 50K a month and beyond. If you don't do the work, I'm gonna have to remove you from the group. Everyone's saying yes, yes, yes. Second thing is participate, and there's gonna be an option for not everyone here, because look, there's 94 people here, right? There's people in the Facebook group. Over, I think it was like 750 people registered for this challenge, okay? So when I share with you, hey, you're gonna have a chance to book in a funnels advisory call. I'll tell you right now, we can't physically take on 750 people to book a phone call right now, okay? What we can do is the people that take massive action, the people that are committed, we're gonna hook you up. Another thing is reduce, eliminate, and remove distractions, okay? And then the last thing I want to say is there is absolutely zero tolerance for anyone pitching their services. If you're DMing any people from my group, okay, I want you guys, ladies and gentlemen, just to reach out to someone from my team or even to myself and just send us a screenshot. If we find out that you are trying to sell to members in our group, we're going to remove you. Don't be a sleazeball. Because you're going to get kicked out permanently. We remove you from all of our lists. We basically never ever do business with you. Okay, so don't do that. Be cool. Is that fair? Okay with you guys? Okay, let's just say Todd. Right now, I just introduced you to Todd. Okay, he's investing 6 figures to work with us. Imagine today he goes home and he's like so excited to work with us, and then he's got 20 different pitches from 20 different people. One selling MLM, one selling coaching and consulting. Some 20-year-old kid pitching him how to be an Instagram influencer. That's not cool. Is that cool with you guys? Okay, so if Todd tells me, or if anyone tells my team and I, then we will remove you. So just keep it cool. Next thing is, over the next few days, I'm going to be giving away a series of bonuses. They will range from anywhere from $297 value all the way up to $10,000. I'm going to be giving away a 1-hour call with myself, valued at $5,000. Okay, so right now, if you wanted to get a phone call with me, you speak to my team, it's $5,000 an hour for a consultation. And I've had plenty of people actually pay me that. Okay, so I will give you, we're going to announce the prizes tomorrow, but make sure that you commit to showing up each of these 5 days. We've got some really cool stuff going on. So the reason why I say you want to be focused is because being focused has helped me generate 10 different $1 million brands, doing 30 million in sales before 30 years old, and a lot more since then. But it's kind of cool to have a story, $30 million before 30. So that's why I don't really like talking about how much money I make these days. But the reason why I share this is because if you look at pandemic, COVID-19, recession, the crisis, the reason why you want to take massive action and build a business is then you can become pandemic proof. If there's another COVID, something happens, you and your family are all good. If there's a recession, which is happening right now, you can come out on top. Yes or no, guys? Here's what happens during the recession. I want you guys to write this down, okay? The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. If you saw during COVID-19, okay, during whatever your thoughts are, that's fine. But during this period of time, what happened? I'll tell you what happened. The rich got richer and the poor got poorer. The poor people, and no offense to anyone here, but the poor people were getting stimmy checks, they were getting handouts and all of this stuff. And guess what they did? Because they don't know anything about financial education, because they don't know about investing in themselves, they went straight to Amazon and started buying Amazon. They went straight on to shop and give their money away. And in that, what did you see? You saw people like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg. They all became the richest people in the world. Yes or no? So what we want to do is we want to reprogram our mind starting right now to say, hey, I have to invest in myself so I can create massive amounts of success. So I'm not getting left behind. When it's any sort of pandemic, anything that happens on the internet or in life, in the world, I have a way to go and create massive success. And I'll tell you, nothing beats your ability to have the confidence. Does that make sense? People love doing business with other people that have confidence. Sometimes people will come to me and they'll start buying my stuff and I tell them why. They're like, man, it's your smile. And I'm like, it's not the smile. It's the confidence that comes across. It's the certainty that I can help you. And so, again, this is not my first rodeo. Over the last decade, we've done a lot of events, seminars, workshops, Canada, UK, Singapore, Australia, America, Hong Kong, Malaysia, all over UK. And this is why I'm very confident I can help you go from 0 to 10K per month. Now, the reason why we say 10K per month, this is a starting point, because you want to write this down. Just like how I told you about skill stacking, there's another thing that I call funnel stacking. So this is, imagine now you have one funnel and that's producing $10,000 a month. If you're able to duplicate that funnel 3 times in 3 different arenas, could you make an extra $30,000 a month? Yes or no? Yes. For example, Todd, imagine now Todd comes in and I help him with what's called an automated webinar funnel. And he starts making $10,000 a month with that. From that $10,000 a month, he can continue making 10 grand a month, or he could scale it up to, let's just say, $50,000 a month. Then I introduce him to maybe a challenge funnel. And now that's producing $10,000 to $50,000 a month. Now I introduce him to Todd, because you have got a decade year, you've got multiple decades, but let's just say you've got over 10 plus years of experience and expertise in any field. And people will love to give you a premium price. We need to give you one of my high ticket automated funnels. So now you can add on an extra 100K per month. Suddenly you go from 0 to making 10K a month, 50K, and then boom, 100K a month. Does that make sense? And you can do this, by the way, with one funnel, or you can do it with multiple funnels. The reason why we say this is a starting point is because we've created and developed multiple funnels. And I'm going to share with you this over the next 5 days. One of them is a 3-step predictable and proven system to get you earning a realistic 5K to 15K per month. And you can do this in today's economy without any experience, any technical skills, without having to build funnels, without even having to DM people, talk to people. How many of you would love a system like this? Okay, I'm going to show you these over the next 5 days. So we've done plenty of events, and one of my motivations, like I said with you guys, is to, I've built all the brands. These are just a handful of my brands. Some of them are public. These are some of the public ones. I have some private ones as well. I've, got an offer coming out right now in 2023. One of the offers, let's just say it's scaling really fast, and I don't want to talk too much about it today, but you're going to hear about it. And again, this has allowed me to live my best life, being able to travel all over the world. Sometimes I go to so many different countries, I forget. I literally forget where I was. I was in Switzerland last week for my 5-year anniversary, and I've been all over the world, like endless trips. And this is what I call freedom. How many of you would love to have this sort of freedom? Where if my friend or family member or someone texts me and they say, hey, come over, I'm in this country, I'm in Dubai right now. I'm like, okay, cool. Boom, book your flight, I'm out. Okay. And the reason is because I've built online businesses. And one of the things that we're going to share with you, and I want you guys to just write this down. I can't go too much in detail, but I'm going to share with you a $30,000 in 90 days, just in 3 months, a case study training, okay? And we call this a doing digital OMA, and you want to write this down, okay? And because what we found is when people are coming on and they don't have a coaching business, they don't have expertise, they don't want to be an influencer, or maybe they do want to make videos. Let's just do this. Let me ask you a question, or a couple of questions. How many of you would like to make videos and make money? By a show of hands. Just type in videos, personal brand. Type in personal brand. If you want to build personal brand, and how many of you would like to make money that's faceless? That means you don't want to show your face. And by the way, those are the people that don't have the cameras turned on. Okay. So how many of you want to build a personal brand business? And how many of you want to build a faceless brand business? Okay. So type in, let me know. I need, there's 94 people here. I want to see at least 50, 60 comments. So it's either you want a faceless brand or a personal brand, or you could do both. Okay. Type in. Okay, cool. I'm not into having my face. There you go. Then that's fine, Patricia. Okay. So faceless. Yep. We have something called faceless funnels. What is a faceless funnel? It's a funnel that works without your face. Get it? So some of you are saying both, some of you, okay. So I will share this with you, which is one of the things that you can do. And I'm not saying that you need to do this. I'm just saying this is something that I did. If you don't have expertise, experience, and confidence, you can start off with a faceless brand. Okay. And write this down, faceless funnels. Okay, and we have a wide variety of faceless funnels. And by the way, when you speak to your funnels advisor, there's Mehroz there, there's Amanda. Amanda, give us a wave. Okay, there's a lovely Amanda there. There's a handful of my team members here. You have to tell them if you want a faceless funnel or if you want a personal authority brand funnel. Okay, because it's two different things. So what I've recommended to my students and clients is you start off with a faceless brand, okay? So you don't have to be making YouTube videos, doing content marketing, being on Facebook and social media and slaving your life away, okay? Until you start to make 10K to 30K per month. You guys with me? Because what happens if you start making 10K to 30K per month, your confidence goes up, your cash flow goes up, your capabilities go up. Yes or no? If that happens, do you think you're going to have a lot more confidence when you're creating a personal brand? Yes or no? And so that's something that I recommend. However, each person, what we found that is most effective is when you book your funnels advisory session with one of my funnel consultants, okay, my certified funnel consultants, you're going to be able to get a personalized call. Which one? Is it you want privacy and you want to be faceless? Because we've got stuff like affiliate marketing funnels, agency funnels, consulting funnels, where you're like the middleman or the middle woman. And then we have like, say, for example, Todd, he wants to go straight into expert mode. You know, he's flying down to London. We're going to shoot over 100 videos together. You know, he loves the spotlight. He wants to impact more people, not just make money. And that's okay. I'm not judging anyone. Some people, they're like, yo, I want to get to 10 grand a month. I don't want to talk to anyone. That's fine too, okay? All I'm saying is I can help you, and my team, most importantly, can help you. Okay, so we have a range of certification programs that over 1,000 students, okay, over 1,000 students have had access to our programs. And so I wanna give you guys the workbook for day one, okay? So if you're ready for this, okay, if you're ready for this, I need you to just type in right now, day one. So if you're ready for the day one worksheet, just type in day one. Let's see. Okay, cool. All right, so here's what we're going to do for this. Okay, we're going to do this right now, which is I'm going to send you guys a link. Okay, I'm going to send you guys a link for the day one worksheet. Okay, for the day one worksheet. And this is what it looks like. Let me go and find it. Okay. All right, there you go. Can we have it? Team, drop it. Okay, so here's the link, guys. Boom, click on this link right now, day one worksheet, okay? And when you click on day one worksheet, this is what's gonna pop up. I'm gonna do a walkthrough with you guys. All right. So Sales Funnels Challenge, day one worksheet. Okay. Set your goals high and work like crazy. Do whatever it takes. Russell Brunson. So why? And each day, by the way, okay, I wanted to do something cool with you guys. Each day, you're going to get a different lesson from a mentor that I've paid a lot of money. Okay. How many of you would like one secret lesson each and every single day as a bonus? Okay. Let me give you an example. And this is why having the right mentorship. I'm talking about going above and beyond just this 5-day challenge, okay? Because the 5-day challenge, it's designed to be a Kickstarter crash course, okay? You're not necessarily, I mean, some people have gone on to make money, but you have to have someone guiding you throughout each and every single step. Yes, does this make sense? So I'll give you an example. How many of you would love to become a New York Times bestseller? Anyone? Okay, some people don't even know the benefits of it. Just like I tell my wife, I don't know why, but my dream was always to get, as a kid, growing up in East London, was to get on the Oprah show. Okay, I'm like, I don't know why. But I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's what success is, And I would, when I started learning about goal setting and vision boarding, I'd be like, oh my gosh, like I have to just get on Oprah, and then like my life is going to be like great. And so, just like I thought, hey, if I become a New York Times bestseller, suddenly maybe everyone's just going to flock to me. Guys, girls, money, respect, whatever. So I pay Russell Brunson $25,000, okay? And I get on a phone call with him. And it's supposed to be in a one-on-one call, except when I'm on the phone call, there's like 10 people on the call. And I'm like, what is this supposed to be? Then I realize he does a group onboarding one-on-one. And it's really genius, which is really great. So I get on the call, and I realized just before I get on the call, I wasn't able to go to America. Okay, but I just paid him 25K, and I don't want to be uncool, right? Like this industry at the top is very small, right? Like everyone knows everyone. Does that make sense? So I pretty much know most people in my industry that are making, $1 million a month to $10 million a month. You got Grant Cardone, who's doing $10 to $12 million a month. Let that sink in, guys. And by the way, he started when he was 52 or 54 years old. Okay, so if you're that age, or if you're under, even if you're older, just know there's a lot of hope. Okay, so don't ever think, oh, I'm too old, I can't do this. You can. You just need the right guidance. So I paid 25K, and then I realized I can't go to America, so I can't see Russell. Then I asked myself, should I ask him for a refund? And I thought, that's not cool. Okay, cool people don't ask for refunds. Okay, and I'm like, now I want to build a long-term relationship. So I'm like, okay, get on the phone with him. So I get on the phone, and I'm like thinking to myself, I'm going to ask him all these questions. And one of the questions I said to him was, hey, Russell, I've seen this other guy called Mark. I'm not going to tell you his full name because I don't want to give it away, but I saw Mark, basically become a New York Times bestseller. And I said to him, well, I've saved up in one bank account, I've got like 400K cash, and I'm ready to pay and basically become a New York Times bestseller. Okay, I want you guys to listen to this, all right? So imagine I'm on the phone with him. I'm super excited. This is what I'm telling him. I'm like, I've got the money. It's not a huge amount because I saved it, and I was in my early 20s, right? So I'm like, whatever gets me to the next level. And he goes to me, why do you want to become a New York Times bestseller? And I look at him and I say, because I want to help people. And he goes, no, you don't. And I was like, huh? He goes, no, you just want to impress your friends and family. And I went, how does he know? And I'm like, how does he know? And then he goes to me, don't do it. And I was like, oh. In my mind, all these thoughts are going in, and he goes, don't do it because I've done it. And the way New York Times bestseller lists work is it's a hit and miss right at the end. So even if you spend 400 grand on advertising campaigns, buying your own books in bulk, which is basically what people do, at the end, there's a chance you can't get the New York Times bestseller because he's made that mistake. And I remember putting the phone down and thinking that was the best $25,000 I spent in a long time. Who got an aha from that? Type in aha. Type in aha. If you guys are getting this, type in aha. I want to see the smart people on this call right now. Okay, I ain't gonna say anything else. All I know is Todd Phillips is here, Arjan Chahal, Cassandra, James, and Mayor Online. Okay, Dan Hutchinson. Okay, if you got the aha. By the way, don't just write aha for the sake of aha. Now it looks like everyone's saying aha, aha, aha. Okay, what I'm saying is if you genuinely got an aha, like, whoa, pay 25K, and I just really saved $400,000. You guys get that? That's the power of having mentorship. Okay, most importantly, having a proven mentorship from someone that's already done it. Now, let me tell you, In our space, you see people that will show one of those small awards, $1 million. $1 million to make is not that hard once you know how. But if you can do it 3 times, like Ray Dalio says, then it's not luck anymore. It's not even timing. It's a skill. Who agrees? Okay. My first $10 million I made when I was about 25, 26 years old. Todd, you can say I got lucky. Okay. What about my second one? Is it luck? What about my third one? Is it luck? Is it timing? It's a system. And once you dial in the system, then it's almost like it's hard for you not to make money. You almost become, and without being hypey, okay, without being too woo, it's almost like you become a walking, talking, never-ending money-making machine. How many of you would love to have a part of your life be like that? Right? When someone tells me, oh man, I would dream of making $1 million, I look at that and I'm like, that's only 20 sales at 50K. Do you guys get that? Okay, because I've had so much practice, and I've had over 200 people pay $40,000 to $50,000 just for my coaching programs. So what's another 20? Todd, does that make sense? Okay, so this is what I want you guys to start thinking, how to start thinking like this. So let's go through this, and we're going to start doing this, okay? And some of these things you might not like, but I can tell you, you want to have them. Why? Because if you don't have them, you're going to default to your current friends and family, because right now, your best thinking has got your best results. You guys understand? If you believe your actions, your results are created by your actions are created by the thoughts, and the thoughts are created by the emotions, and the emotions are created by your ability to think through things, then your best thinking today has got you your best results. If you're not happy with any area of your life, health, spirituality, finances, your cash flow, your confidence, your relationships, just remember, that is your current best result right now. And that's only there because of your best thinking. So if you change your thinking, you're going to change your results. And second thing is, how many of you would love to have premium level clients? For example, you've heard Todd investing 6 figures into myself. This is a premium level program. How many of you would love to have people pay you $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 one after another, non-stop? Raise your hand. Type into the chat box, premium, charge premium. Type into the chat box, charge premium. And I want to share with you, okay? Like I said, when you are coming online, is Hamza still here? Hamza?
Yeah, still here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll drop the link to book a handful of the funnel audit calls in just a few minutes. I want to share this with you, okay? One of my favorite brands is a shop called Mont Blanc. How many of you have ever heard of a company called Mont Blanc? Okay, so Mont Blanc, they sell these pens, okay? Now these pens, they range from around $300 to $500 to $1,000. No one in their right mind needs to spend $500 on a pen. Who agrees? Yeah? Do I have a normal pen here? Okay. I'll find you a normal pen, a Wealth Academy pen. Okay, these are maybe $2 pens. Why does someone spend $500 on a pen like this? And I've got plenty more. They come in a fancy little gift box like this. Okay, now here's the thing. I want you guys to write this down. Mont Blanc doesn't call their pens just pens. They call it writing instruments. Okay, this is one of my favorite brands. It reminds me of always charging premium. That's why I always have them in most of my jackets. There's always one in there. Okay, now let me give you an example. Someone that buys a Mont Blanc pen, will they buy other premium products and services? Yes or no? Yeah. Let me show you something. Yeah. Go into a Mont Blanc pen shop, and then once you're buying the pen, they say, oh, do you want the pencil with it? And if they say something like it's limited edition, you're like, whoa, yeah, okay, cool. Then they say, now that you've bought an expensive pen, do you want to have a leather Mont Blanc designed pen case to keep your fancy Mont Blanc pen? Do you guys see how sometimes this could be looked as really ridiculous? Anyone? Now, let me ask you this. Are there groups of men and women ready to spend money on buying $500 to $1,000 pens? Yes or no? Type in yes. It might not be you, ladies and gentlemen, but there are lots of people that would do this. Is this making sense? If it's making sense, type into the chat box. It's making sense. I need to see you guys. Okay, type into the chat box. It's making sense. Now what happens is they say, oh, you got a pen to hold your Mont Blanc pen. By the way, do you want a matching wallet? Now they upsell you on a matching wallet. And by the way, do you travel? Yes. Okay. Would you like a Mont Blanc passport holder, which I never use? And I think I've got like 2-3 of them. Okay. Guys, is this making sense to you? Now let me bring it down home to you. Okay. How many iPads do I have here? One. Okay. iPads, MacBooks, laptops, iPhones. What are they? They are what we call all part of an IPS, an integrated product suite. You have to ask yourself, and by the way, the next few days, I'm going to give you an introduction on your creating your own integrated product suite. So when someone comes in, you don't want to just sell them a pen. You want to sell them the pens, the extra pen, in case they lose one. Okay. Todd, if you spend $1,000 on a pen and the second one is $300, well, what happens if you lose one? You need a second one. And the pens are so beautiful, you need to keep them in a leather case just to protect it. Okay. Oh, by the way, get the matching wallet and the matching passport cover. Do you see how this is working, guys? Now, let me ask you this. If the world's richest companies, Mont Blanc, Apple, if they all do this, why not you? Why are you so scared of, oh my gosh, I can't sell premium programs, or I can't sell more than one thing? Why not you? If you go to McDonald's, which you shouldn't go, okay? But let's just say you go to McDonald's. What do they give you? What do they sell you? A burger. What's the first thing that they ask you? Would you like fries? Okay, and in America, they've got like multiple sizes, super size or something it's called, right? We don't have that in the UK, but I'm pretty sure it's going towards that way. Then they offer you drinks. Did you know McDonald's doesn't even make that much money on their burgers? They actually make their money on the fries and the drink, which is the upsells. Do you guys get that? So what you have to do is you have to think to yourself, how do I have a funnel that has multiple products and services? And most importantly, how do I have this product where it's a premium? And one of them is to charge premium, you have to become premium. You know, back 10 years ago, one of the reasons why I was able to easily charge $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 for my programs, one of my clients, a guy called Jeremy Minor, I was like 22 years old or 23 years old. He paid me over 150K. It was about $170,000, 175K actually, to be exact, right? And the reason why he paid me that is because, one, I was someone that had invested so much money in myself. Does that make sense? In fact, the same conference that I met him at, it was either a $10,000 or $20,000 per person event. So because I invested in myself, I became a premium client. Does that make sense? Okay, I became a premium client. So now guess what happens? Subconsciously and even consciously, I'm everything that I look for, I like you to be premium. Does that make sense? Okay, so yesterday I was ordering a bunch of these microphones. Okay, they didn't come in yet, but there are a bunch of microphones. And I asked Mikey, hey, what's the big difference? And he was like, this is not, we can get it half the price. And I said, no, Mikey, get the best one, get the expensive one. And he's like, but it's twice as much. I was like, just get it. It's branded. Do you see brand loyalty? Okay, what is it called? Rode or Shure? Rode. Okay, so most of my microphones here, I think they're the Rode or Shure. Okay, so these are like this kind of microphone Joe Rogan uses. So it's like top of the range. Now, when you're signing off, maybe you don't want to do that, and that's fine. But what I'm sharing with you is a big mental shift, because guess what happens? You start to automatically look for premium things, premium experiences, premium people start to come into your life. but it's a conscious decision. Now you can't just be like, oh yeah, okay, tomorrow I'm going to start charging $20,000, but you've never invested $20,000 into yourself. You can't, or you don't have the value to give to somebody. Most of the time, what I found is you have the value inside of you. Someone hasn't taken the value that you have in your life over the last 5, 10, 20 years, and they haven't packaged it up for you to attract premium clients. You guys see the difference? Okay. So what we want to do when it comes to crafting a premium offer, first thing is we want to identify the dream client identity. Okay? We want to identify who is this person? Who is this person we can create a result for? Now you might be thinking, but I've got no skills. I've got no experience. That's fine. Who said you have to do it? Okay, in my traffic agency where we do done for you Facebook ads, done for you YouTube ads, my partner who runs the YouTube ads agency side of the business, there's two of them. One of them has spent $400 million on ads, and the other guy has spent $40 million on YouTube. That's a lot. I partnered up with them because I don't know how to set up YouTube ads. Does that make sense? So sometimes what happens is what holds you back is you're thinking of, I have to do this myself. In fact, what we want to do is we want to identify who is this person that we can create a result for. So for example, Amanda, if you wanted to charge a business owner $5,000 a month for, let's just say, basic Instagram posting, social media marketing. If you go to your local restaurant that's probably struggling to make $10,000 to $20,000 a month, and you're like coming up and you're like, hey, pay me $5,000 and I'll do your social media marketing. That's not the right client. If you go on TechCrunch and you find a list of companies that are in Silicon Valley that are raising anywhere from $500K to $50 million, and you went and approach one of those companies, do you think you'd have a much easier chance to pitch your $5,000 a month service? Yes or no?
Yes.
It's just a little shift in thinking. It's just a little shift in who you work with. When I decided, hey, and no offense to people here, if you're under 30, but we don't really work with people that are 30 years and under. Why? Because if my program starts at 20K to 50K and beyond, that person doesn't have much understanding about business, or they're just trying to get rich quick. Hey, Jay Manuel goes, I'm 40. Thanks, Jay. Okay, you're an ideal target market. If people are, let's just say 25 to, usually it's under 30, they don't have 20K to 100K that they can invest in one of our premium programs. So when you get clear on who you can serve, for example, Todd wants to help people utilize their brains. Okay. Now here's the thing. Notice, and again, he hasn't said this to me somewhere. I'm just making this up. But if he said, I want to help people that have brain issues versus I want to help high-performing entrepreneurs that suffer from brain fog, post-COVID symptoms, XYZ. Do you see the difference in that? It's like saying, hey, I've got a time management program. Okay. Time management program, it's $100. Time management for salespeople, that's a $500 program. Yes or no? Time management for 6-figure salespeople, that's a $2,000 program. Time management for your teams that have a 6 or 7-figure business, that's a $10,000 to $50,000 program. Done for you, sales management for 7 to 8-figure businesses, that's a $30,000 per month program. Do you guys see the difference? One of my friends, Dan Henry, he runs a company. Basically, they install sales teams. And he just said to me, one of their clients, is paying them, I think he's paying them about 50 grand a month. And I said, basically, it's in a completely different industry. I think it's roofers or plastic surgeons. I can't remember, but it's in a completely different industry than typical internet marketing. Do you see how very quickly you can target a completely different type of client and make a huge amount of more money? Yes or no? Think about this, okay? So you want to identify the dream client. So who is your ideal client here? identify who this person is. Next few days, we'll go into this much more detail, but right now, just ask yourself, who is this person? So for me, let's just say it would be 30 plus year olds in USA that are starting or scaling is they have ideally a 6-figure background, or they want to get to their first 6 figures. Okay, something along those lines. But who is it for you? And then target, where are they hanging out? Where are they hanging out? Are they on Facebook? Okay, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn? Okay, are they on JVs? So in my business, we have all of these running for us. Okay, Instagram. Today, my traffic guy, the guy that I have a couple of different traffic guys, but one of them, the guy that spent over $40 million on YouTube, he said to me, Shaq, I want to get you on TikTok. Okay, now he wouldn't tell me that if he hasn't got massive results on TikTok. Does that make sense? And he's like, January, we can start. I said, no, bro, what are you doing? Start today, right now, let's go. Okay, because here's the thing. This is what I know. When timing, you have to know the timing. Okay, when I was getting started, there was a traffic source that I absolutely maximized, milked, took advantage of, called solo ads. How many of you know what solo ads are? It's essentially when someone, for example, Todd comes to me and says, Shaq, you have a list of over 1.5 million email subscribers. Can you send out an email to your entire list and I'll pay you 5K, 10K, 20K? I turn around and say, okay, what's your offer? Give it to me, and boom, I'll send it to my list. And now I recommend him and I promote him. Does that make sense? So that's called a solo ad traffic. By the way, in the next few days, I'm going to give you guys a source for done for you traffic. So some of you who want to do affiliate marketing, you want to do faceless brands, you want to start making passive income, you want to be promoting other people's stuff, and you need a done for you traffic source. I'm going to actually give you one in the next few days. So you want to make sure that you show. I might do it on day 3, might do it on day 4, but just keep this in mind. So the reason why I say when is, what is the timing that you have? So you got to identify who, you got to target where are they hanging out, and you got to target when are you going to approach them. Does that make sense? Is it going to be now? Is it going to be in 3 months' time? Is it going to be in 6 months' time? So for example, LinkedIn, we do ads. No, so we do organic posts, but we don't do ads. So LinkedIn could be something that I do in Feb to March of 2023. You guys with me? Now, these are the 3 golden keys, okay? And as you're doing this, by the way, over the next 5 days, we're going to really refine this, okay? But who here is very clear on what you do and who you do it for? Anyone? Okay, Holly Jensen, let's hear you. Just do one person and then we're going to... Holly, I'm unmuting you.
Okay, I work with youth, so between the ages of 12 and 23, kind of in there.
Okay.
And I help them to get unaddicted to porn.
Okay. Okay, interesting niche.
Yeah.
And how long have you been doing that for?
Not too long. I just started out. I've been testing it out with different clients just because it started with my own experience with it, my own child. And I figured out how to help them. And then I started helping other people. And I've had multiple people come, to me and say, hey, can you help so-and-so, my child, or this person? And so that's where I got started. And because I can help them, then I've been stacking my skills because there are, a few things that I want to better help them, because it's an all-around addiction and there's a lot of areas of their brain and in a lot of areas that they need help. So emotionally, physically, mentally.
Okay, nice. And how many years have you been doing this, sorry?
Well, this exact niche, probably January, but I've been helping people, like, for me, I got rid of my allergies that I had for 30 years with this same program. I've done a lot of help, like with weight loss or with things like that with the same program. I've helped other people, but I want to niche down and really get into the industry of like helping with addiction, especially with young adults or young teens.
Okay, awesome. And have you sold any of your programs just yet, or are you doing this like almost like
right now I'm trying to get like I'm working on testimonials, building that way. And then I'm in a program right now to build my skills as far as like I can get rid of the addiction, but there's other areas that the youth need help with. Like they have their receptor sites for their dopamine are super low, so they have low self-esteem, and they don't feel good with the normal daily activities. So you have to figure out there's just things that I have to, like, more areas that I want to improve my program or improve, and help with, because I don't want to just get rid of their addiction and then send them off, hey, you're good, and have them commit suicide, or you know what I mean? Like they are not addicted, but they still have areas that they need help in. So that's what I'm trying to get, an all-around program that can help them.
Okay, I appreciate you sharing that. Thank you very much. I hope you're getting some great value on this. Okay, cool. So that's amazing. So, and I'm guessing lots of people go through that, so you can help them. Over the next few days, we'll share with you the different ways that you can go and find ideal people. I've had somebody in that niche tell me, because also men that go through that, they don't want to admit it. So it's like, then you have to have great content marketing that attracts that ideal person, and you have to identify the top 3 to 5 people in your space that are already doing it. Okay, and then you want to come in and then ask yourself, what's a message that I can use to get those followers coming in? Does that make sense? So if you see, right, like if you see what I've done, well, one of the things, it's not the strategy, but I'll just give you one strategy so that you guys can see. By show of hands, how many people here know about ClickFunnels? Raise your hand. Okay, how many of you know Russell Brunson? Okay, let's throw some sales in there. How many of you know Grant Cardone? Okay, how many of you are the age of 35 plus? If you see, about 80 to 90% of you will fit into that crowd, yes or no? So is my targeting right? Yes. Number 2 is I identified, hey, you know what? ClickFunnels and Russell, they sell a software. Okay, when someone who's a premium level buyer, when they come in, they don't care about the software. There's over 120,000 people using the software. Okay, I've got the results because I've built lots of different 8-figure businesses in my 20s. So what if I was to come out in the marketplace and I filled the gap for done for you funnels, for premium level coaching, for results focused programs? Okay, there's about 5 other people that are doing this. So I look around and I ask myself this one question. This is going to really help you. What's missing from this picture? So I see some of my competitors, they don't have no case studies. So I have endless case studies. I seen another one, they have really great funnel service, but almost everyone from the company is usually based on the other side of the world, like in Asia or India or Pakistan, which is great. But from my experience and what I've gone through over the last 13 years, people that are in my ideal target market, Australians, Canadians, Americans, they would rather prefer to deal with somebody that speaks great. I'm not saying I speak great English, but you get the point. Yes or no? That's what I found. Okay, so what can I want to make sure that everyone on my team has a great level of communications, or they can communicate really fast. Does that make sense? I also seen that my students from America and Canada, they are much more willing to fly into London versus if I said, hey, come and meet me in Singapore or much further away. So this is one of the key driving questions that you want to ask yourself. What's missing from this picture? So for you, Holly, you can identify 3 to 5 people that are already serving this niche that you're in, and just ask yourself, what's missing from this picture that I can add massive value to? Now you can have a differentiated offer. So once you do this, you want to ask yourself, what are the 5 fears that you currently have? Okay. And by the way, as I'm sharing this with you guys, go and do this right now. Okay. Because tonight you all have to post this in the Facebook group. And the way you post it is you can take a screenshot of it. You can take a selfie of it, take a picture on your camera, go ahead and do that. Okay. So Let's go over what are 5 fears. Who wants to share 5 fears that they go through? Write it down. I want to, basically share with you guys. I want to take your stuff that you're sharing. So go into the chat box right now and type in 5 fears. Maybe it's I'm too afraid of charging. Fear of failure is a great one. Okay, let's write that one down. Fear of failure. What if I try so hard and it doesn't work and I'm afraid? Fear of failure. Okay, fear of being judged. Okay, fear of being judged. I don't even know how to spell judged. G-U-J-U-G-E-D. Judged. There you go. Fear of being judged. You don't even have to spell well. Okay. So what else is another one? Fear of time running out. Come on. I want to know, why is it that you haven't achieved your dreams right now? Fear of losing money on the wrong mentor. Okay. What's another one? One more. Imposter syndrome, shiny object syndrome. Okay. Imposter syndrome. Okay. So find out what are the fears that are holding you back. Okay. What are the fears that constantly go through your mind? Hey, I don't know how I'm going to be perceived in this. Okay. Like when I first got started, I was really afraid of being judged by my friends and family. And then when I realized they don't even think about me as much as you think people are thinking about you. No one's thinking what you look like, how you sound like. Okay. No, people are so much more obsessed with themselves than them thinking about you. Does that make sense? Okay. And it's weird to say this, but I want to say this. If you have this one, oh, I'm afraid of being judged. This is actually a ego one. Okay, so if you think, oh yeah, I'm afraid, it's your ego is telling you that you're so important, people are going to be thinking about you all the time. Did you get that? So when you realize, okay, that's just my ego. Okay, let me just drop it. No one's going to really be thinking about me all the time. Okay, now you can do the opposite, which is what? Hey, I don't have no fear of being judged. I'm going to embrace it. Okay, next one. Day 1 assignment. So in order for you to overcome those 5 fears, what are 5 character traits that you need to develop? Getting outside your comfort zone. Getting outside your comfort zone. Cleansing your chakras, cleansing your energy. Okay. If you have a lot of self-talk, negative self-talk, it's called ants. Automatic negative thought syndrome. Okay, ants. If you have any of these, what do you need to do? What are other ones? Building your confidence. Okay, confidence. Being consistent. How many of you would love to just be more consistent? For about 9 years right now, I have sent a daily email to my list, 6 to 7 days a week. Sure, I've missed maybe here and there. But can you imagine over 9 years, 9 times 365, I don't even know what that is. It's like over 3,000 emails I've written and I've sent to my list consistently. What's another one? What's a character trait that you have to develop so that you can have an offer? You can have people giving you money, okay? You can have people from all over the world come in and say, hey, I'd love to connect with you, Cassandra, Patricia, Eddie, Leo, Henry, whatever, Johanna, Sharon, Samantha, okay? What is it? Speaking engagements, believing, okay? Believing in yourself, okay? Believing in yourself, okay? Day 1 assignment. Remember this acronym, okay? So one of the things that holds people back, we were talking about, is information overwhelm. How many of you suffer from information overwhelm? One of the thinking processes that you want to do that we've done, okay, is you write down, imagine all the things that you have to do in a day-to-day. Emailing your list, watching, 2 hours of videos, reading emails, responding to text messages, Okay, doing phone calls, doing errands. What else? Marketing and promoting yourself, doing sales calls. What else? Social media connections. Okay. Now, this acronym has helped me a lot because what this means is D stands for delegate, E stands for eliminate, A stands for automate, L stands for leverage. And by the way, once I understood and I kept this in mind all the time, okay, DEAL, delegate, eliminate, automate, leverage. What I done is every single time I would come across any activity, okay, I would think to myself, okay, these are things I can automate. So I would just put an A next to it. Okay, watching 2 hours of videos, I need to eliminate it. Reading emails, I need to eliminate reading other people's images. Text messages, I need to delegate it. Doing phone calls, I am a sales student, so I don't have to do sales calls. Doing errands, delegate. Marketing and promoting yourself. Okay, what can I do to leverage it? You guys get that? So each day, when you start your day, you want to ask yourself, hey, DEAL, what can I delegate? What can I eliminate? What can I automate? What can I leverage? Or who can I leverage? You guys with me so far? Is this all making sense? Type into the chat box, it's making sense. Okay. And if you're seeing, I'd like for you to stand up and just shake your legs up, shake your hands up. Go on. If you do this, you're going to have a lot more energy. This is how I have energy. If I have to, I'd work 12, 15-hour days because I would get up and I will make sure that I generate the energy that's required. You with me, Mehroz? All right. So this is one of the reasons why I stand up, especially when I'm doing one of these, okay, challenges, calls. Write down 10 specific affirmations, okay? I can easily charge premium price programs for my services. Okay, what's another one? I am attracting money, $10,000 a month in my business, or it could be $10,000 a day, whatever the case is. Whatever. These are affirmations. Why? One of the things that I found myself when it comes to helping get over negative thinking is I would come out and I would have these affirmations. I am a master marketer. Okay. I am attracting wealth and cash flow every day in every way. Opportunities flood to me easily. Attract money without having to work hard or trade my time. Okay, and anytime I find myself, hey, I'm actually working way too hard, boom, I need to come up with a new affirmation, plug it in, and guess what happens? Right? One of my affirmations for 2023 is I want to achieve 20 million, let's just say an example, $20 million in the next 12 months without sacrificing my health. Because every single time I've sacrificed my health, I realized it has a negative effect on multiple areas of my life. Does this make sense, everyone? So this is what you want to do, right? The more, if you just do 5 or 10 affirmations, it's more than enough to just like each day, just repeat those, okay? This is something that I would want you guys to do by yourself, which is what I call the unique advantage audit, okay? And this is where you have to do this because in the next few days, okay, starting from today, we're going to be able to help you and figure out, hey, Todd, what are the stories in your life? Todd has spoken to thousands of people at events, etc. Okay, what's that expertise? Speaking in front of people. The strength, confidence. Weakness, maybe lack of technical experience. Do you get that? So now what happens is you become aware of all the stories that you have that you can leverage. Okay, how many of you have gone through a lot of challenges in your life by a show of hands? Look around, you'll see, guess what happens? The stories are all part of your assets. If you've ever been heartbroken, if you've ever lost money, okay, if you've ever gone through tough times, if you've ever had to deal with somebody dying, if you've ever felt betrayed, how many of you have ever felt betrayed or let down by other people? Well, guess what? This is all part of your stories, and your ability to translate your stories into authentic marketing will mean how much alchemy you create. And what is alchemy? If you look at the people that make the most money online, they have mastered how to authentically be an attention alchemist. Okay, they can get attention and then they can turn it into money. Yes or no? You have to ask yourself, where can you go and turn the pain into profit? What's the mess in your life that you can take and turn it into a profitable message? Okay, the crisis that you've gone from, how do you turn the crisis into cash flowing assets? For example, a book funnel. What is a book funnel? If you wrote a book about the last 10 or 20 years of your experience in your life, guess what now happens? You put that into a book. Now you have a book funnel. Now you have a different form of cash flow. Yes or no? Todd, making sense? Harry, making sense? Jennifer, making sense? Samantha, are you getting this? Okay, so you want to do this because this will crystallize and clarify the different advantages that you have over everyone else. Okay, and then this one is, what is your current Facebook followers, your Instagram followers? And it's okay if it's not a huge amount, even if it's 0. Okay, for example, I think on Pinterest I have 0 followers. I don't care about it, but you know what? Pinterest is not going away anywhere. So in the next 3 to 6, 9 months, how much would I like? I'd like to have at least 10,000 followers on Pinterest. Okay. That being said, Mikey, we should have a Pinterest account and take all the content from Instagram and just stick it on there. Okay. You guys see? Okay. Even if I'm at 0, have a plan. If you don't have a plan, most likely you're going to fall into someone else's plan. Okay. Facebook followers, Instagram followers, Twitter followers, fill this out. And then the last one was, what's your biggest takeaway? Okay. What's your biggest takeaway? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reward the people that post their homework. You have to post your homework and you have to tag myself in the Facebook group. You've got 24 hours to do this. Who's in? By a show of hands. Okay. And so today we've gone on just past, I think, 2 hours now. Okay. Or 2.5 hours actually. Wow, that went fast. Did you guys enjoy this? Was this valuable? Okay. Each day, just think to yourself, I want to learn just 1 to 3 things. If you come in and you're like, oh my gosh, like I just spent 2 hours or 1 hour or whatever, or 3 hours, and there's so much information, ask yourself, what's 1 to 3 actionable takeaways that you can do? Okay. It's not about trying to do 101 things. And we know, you know, people will come in and they'll say, hey, Shaq, I've been following you for a while. How do I work with you? Okay. How many of you have that in your mind? Like, what is it that Shaq can do for me, with me? How does Shaqir's team help us? Anyone? How many of you? Quite a few? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'll post this, okay, into your chat. And Hamza, Mehra Zaide, if you can post the link as well in the Facebook group, please. Okay. That way, everyone that's on here and in the Facebook group, and they're going to come from the email list, they can come and watch this. Okay, obviously some people are, there's different times for some people are in a job, XYZ, so not everyone can have this. But for those of you who are on here live, I think there's close to about 90-ish people between here and the Facebook group, nearly 100 people live. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a link, okay? I'm going to drop a link to this website. And this is not going to be for everyone, but this is for you guys who have some sort of business, or you know, you've wanted to do something in the past. Maybe you've bought a program, okay, and you're like, Shaq, I'm ready to like really crush this. I want to give you guys a free audit funnel strategy session. Okay, now I'm going to say this straight up to you. I'm pretty confident for everyone here, we can just about squeeze you in. Okay, I see. Okay, there's about 75. Yeah, there's about just under 100 people between this and the other couple of Facebook groups that we have that are on live. So if you haven't connected with my team, If you haven't seen, hey, how can we help you with the different funnels? Maybe you need a faceless funnel. Maybe you need a personal brand funnel. Okay. I will say this just openly because you're coming from here. These calls will last for anywhere from maybe 10 to 15 minutes, maybe sometimes 30 minutes, but go and book a call, because when I send this replay out to everyone else, there might be a chance where, you know, all the spots are gone. Okay. Like I said, there's, I think 750 or 800 people that have joined this challenge. Okay. So when they get access to this replay and this recorded video, they're going to also want to get this. So if you haven't yet booked a funnels audit session, go and do this right now. So how many of you guys have seen this link? Just by show of hands, see the link? Raise your hand if you've seen it. Okay, cool. Yeah, go ahead, click that link. And what will happen is this, okay? My team will identify, okay? My team will identify the 3 steps that you need. Where are you right now? What are the missing gaps and the missing pieces to the puzzle of online marketing success? Okay. You're going to speak to one of my top coaches. Okay. And they'll go through a handful of questions. Okay. Nothing too deep. We just want to get a good idea and a good sense of where you're at. Do you have an online business right now? Okay. Do you have a list of subscribers? What are the biggest challenges that you're facing? How much money are you making right now in your job and in your business? And where would you like to go? Does that make sense? Okay, so then we can identify, hey, you know what? Maybe Henry is saying he wants to do this. By the way, Henry doesn't want to use his face to make money. Okay, Jonathan maybe wants to utilize his personal brand. Todd has experience doing this for 20 years. Okay, cool. Todd, then this funnel is going to be right for you. And in our business right now, we have over 15 high converting sales funnels. So think of it as 15 streams of income, or 15 automatic business builders, 15 soldiers that go out and go and get customers and cash flow each and every single day. Does this make sense, everyone? Are you guys getting this? Okay. It's like, you know, my dad used to say to me, son, you need to buy properties, because if you buy one property and you put tenants in there, you're going to get rental income. Okay, so if you have 5 properties, you have 5 sources of property income. Same thing with funnels. Okay, now most people, they get it confused and they're not making the kind of money that they want. It's because they have the wrong type of funnel. Okay, so we want to just have a quick brief conversation with you, introduce you to the different funnels that we have and see which one is going to be right for you. So go ahead right now. All you do is you come over here, let me book my call, click this link, and then you can book your call. Okay, so go ahead right now. I'm going to drop this link, and let's see. Hamza, are you there?
Yep, still here.
Okay, cool. So just wanted to see if the link is working and if the booked calls are coming in. So do this today, okay? Because I don't know how long this is going to last for. And just so you know, some of you are going to be like, hey, can we start working with you? Let me just make sure you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, this is the thing when you're doing a live class, it tends to go a little bit longer because I have to keep asking you, can you hear me, making sure that it's all working. All right, so I'm really looking forward to reading everyone's applications. I personally will go through them. And remember when I started this conversation, the challenge workshop, and I said, look, first of all, spend the next 5 days. I guarantee you, whatever you've invested time and money into this, my goal is to add 10, 20, 100 times the value, so that now 2023, in the next 1, 2, 3 years, you look back and just like Angela, she's been following me since 2020. Okay, I know students that started with me in 2020 that are now making $1 million a month. Okay, I know students that have come in like Jamal. You're going to hear from Jamal. Is it tomorrow? I think tomorrow. He's made over 250,000 pounds, okay, which is just under 300,000 US dollars with 0 ad spend. And when I told him about the 2 different funnels or 3 different funnels he should use, I'm not even kidding when I say this, he didn't even implement one full funnel. It's like he's using half a funnel and he's been able to make over 300 or close to 300,000 US dollars. Is that cool, you guys? So you're going to hear from him. And I've got students from all over the world. And he starts off with this. So go ahead right now. Go to salesfunnelschallenge.com/audit call. Okay. Now, one thing I will say this is, if you're watching this right now live, then book your call. Okay. Book your call. make sure once you've booked your call, comment in the Facebook group saying you've booked your call, and you're either going to speak to Dawn, Mehroz, Samin, Amanda, someone from my team, Hamza maybe, and they're going to be able to give you, hey, this is the funnel that you're going to need. If I was you, this is the strategy that you're going to follow. And I personally will be reviewing these applications because, like I said in the beginning, I'm on a mission. I'm looking for my next 100 success stories. Right now, I'm looking for them. I'm personally going to make sure that each and every single person that comes through, we can help you get the results that you want. So with that being said, I'm super pumped, guys. This 5 days, we're just getting started. Can you guys tell? We're just getting started. So it's going to be absolutely amazing. I hope you had a great time. Leave me some feedback in the Facebook group. With that being said, God bless you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Hey, I just wanted to quick this add-on video segment where I want to say firstly congratulations, because this is what it really takes. Like, how do you go from 0 to 10K per month, 50K per month and beyond? A lot of people, they always have these high goals of wanting to get to $1 million a year, which is great. But one of the things that we want to do is we want to make sure that you get to a solid 10K to 30K per month. So make sure that you complete your homework, and then all you do, okay, maybe you're doing it online, take a picture, take a screenshot, post it in the Facebook group, tag me. It's very important that you tag me. You can tag our team members. You've met my team members already, so make sure that you tag them as well. You can tag one of them or you can tag all of them. This way, they'll be able to recognize you for your efforts. And what's more, during these 5 days, and especially at the end of the challenge, I'm going to be announcing some really cool bonuses and even scholarship offers where we're going to help you take your business to the next level. Now, I will say this, if you're one of those people who you're like super excited, you already know who I am, you've been following me for a while, and this video was enough for you to say, hey, I need help with done for you funnels. I don't have a product or service to sell, but I want to take my business to the next level. I want to have an extra side hustle. I want to create a marketing agency. I want to have my own info course, or I want to do affiliate marketing, whatever your goals are. Me and my team are here to help you and give you a customized plan of action. So what I've done is I've set up for a limited time, okay? I can't do this for everyone. You can see there's over 1,000 people in the Facebook group right now. Can't do this for everyone. But if you're watching this, okay, if you're watching this right now, then I want to invite you to go to wealthacademy.com/audit. Okay, there's going to be a link on this video right now. Go to it, type it in your phone, go to your phone, type it in, or open up a new tab right now and go to it. And when you go to it, here's what it's going to look like. Okay, so when you go to wealthacademy.com/audit, this is the page that you're going to see. Okay, so this is a free exclusive strategy session worth $297 valued at this, because there is a real human being that's getting paid to do these calls. Okay, there's no pitch, there's nothing for sale, you can't actually buy anything on this call, but this is a way for us to see, hey, what funnel do you have? Maybe you don't have a funnel, so we're going to identify which funnel is right for you. Then we're going to show you, hey, we have 7 different $1 million funnels. So each of these funnels have produced more than $1 million. Okay, so that's what $1 million looks like. Not really. That's actually what $1 million looks like. Okay, so the thing is, we've identified 7 funnels. Okay, now you don't need all 7. That's the reality. You just need one. A lot of these gurus out there, these Instagram influencers, these people on the internet, they're going to try to sell you that you need all of this stuff. You need to be slaving away, post on social media, make videos, blah, 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 blah. You can do that after you've put away 100K. You can do that after you've made 250K, maybe even $1 million. But in the beginning, you do not want to focus on Instagram, LinkedIn, Snapchat, Twitter, Shorts, Stories, posting on Facebook every day, DMing random people. You want to find the easiest, simplest way. And what I've done with my team is I've put together a presentation that they are going to present to you step by step. Hey, here's 1, 2, 3 steps that you need to take. Bang, bang, bang. Easy, step by step. Even if you have 0 product, no experience, you're brand new to online marketing, okay? This will work for you guaranteed. Maybe you've been successful in your job, in your career, in your corporate, in your 9 to 5, in your life, in your business. All of this stuff is kind of new to you. I promise you, it's going to really give you the clarity that you need. And what happens when you have clarity? You can execute real fast straight away. So go ahead right now, wealthacademy.com/audit. Go to it right now. Limited spots available. This is what the page looks like. There's a couple of testimonials and case studies you can watch. You can hear from real life students just like you watching this on this video. And then as I'm scrolling down, you can schedule this 15-minute call with one of our team members, and you can see how we can help you become one of our next success stories. So as you know, I'm on a mission to create 100 millionaire students and 1,000 new six-figure earners in the next 3 years. And I'm dead set on doing this. The only question is, are you gonna watch us or are you gonna join us? So I'm excited. I hope you enjoyed day one. Go ahead and I'll see you there.
I've been an entrepreneur most of my life, so I've been in 7 or 8 different businesses. My wife's been in the corporate world for 20 years. I've started 8 businesses in my lifetime, and this is the only one I've ever started where we saw a sale within 72 hours of setting it up. So I mean, that's how powerful it is. We had our first $1,000 day yesterday, which was a and we've for the last 2 weeks we've been making consistently an average of about 750 a day.
We decided to invest in ourselves and actually learn directly from Shaqir and got mentorship from Shaqir. So Chris and I have managed to create 6-figure months in less than 18 months.
I've gone on to able to generate over $650,000 US in sales in the past 1 year by working with Shaqir Hussyin. So, it's really important to invest in yourself, get a mentor. Once you do these things, financial stability is really possible. So I can show you the results right over here. Right, $642,000 in sales on my Shopify store. It's awesome.
Get involved with Shaq, and that was one of the best decisions that we've ever made for our online business, because since we did that, because of Shaq and because of the events and the people that he knows and the networking, since we've just started going to the events that Shaq puts on, we've made over about $220,000.
Yeah, about
$220,000.
I've constantly generated multiple 6 figures online through Shaqir's education and working with him on a one-on-one basis, and obviously learning from his one-on-one trainings on YouTube, through his affiliate marketing trainings, through his webinars, and all these different key components. And then one thing that I can tell you is that you will not be unhappy with the information that he's got, because he will definitely take it to the next level. I promise you that. So long as you follow through with everything that he has to say and you stick to it and you give the key dedication that you need, then there's no reason why that you should never be able to make money online.
Forever grateful for my brother, Shaqir. I was able to lock arms with very, very early on. Showed me a system, how to leverage it, and this is where I am today. It wasn't always this case. I knew nothing about internet marketing before I met Shaqir Hussyin. In fact, I lived an incredibly successful corporate career over the last 22 years, was fortunate enough to live around the world. But it came at a price that I was no longer able to pay. Not only did I have a horrible, life-threatening smoking habit, but I traded too much of my time for a massive paycheck and really didn't have enough time to spend with my family. I was never there in my mind for my family, even on weekends, because you guys who are in corporate, you know that feeling. That gut-wrenching, nauseating feeling that in 2 days' time, all that's going to repeat itself on Monday, when the siege of swallowing pride, heading into that office, earning that hefty paycheck starts all over again on Monday morning, and you got a whole another week of that. That was a cycle that I was in. No time, earning a good paycheck, but really, the trade-off was incredibly imbalanced. Shaqir's going to be showing you a lot of things that you cannot find in a book, but it is a result of the wisdom and experience that somebody who has what you're looking for and who can teach you has already gone through. It saves you time, energy, money, and gets you onto a success path pretty quickly. He's been able to show me some strategies that I've been able to implement, and my first results came in just a few months, having locked arms with a person like Shaqir and leveraged the system. And here's just a screenshot of a payday I actually got overnight while I was actually vacationing in Jamaica. 3 weeks later, I had another paycheck, 10 grand from a campaign I ran on Facebook. So here's what it all comes down to. And I'm actually reaching to 2 individuals that are out there who are watching this video. Number one, if you're in corporate and you're looking to that bump up in salary and climb up that corporate ladder, got a question for you. When are you going to stop hoping and praying that that's going to happen? Number two, if you're already soaring high in the corporate ladder and you got a incredible lifestyle with a great income, you're actually at risk. What I'm suggesting is you got to look at opportunities to diversify your streams of income so that you can actually create that soft landing in case something happens. And the system that Shaqir is going to be showing you right on this page, you're going to have to take a look at it, okay? It's self-explanatory, it works. But the difference between why it works for somebody and why it may not work for somebody else is the individual. And Shaqir is going to be able to show you how you can actually get started right on this page. So big shout out to Shaqir, my brother. Thank you. Continue to help change the lives of other people around the world with what you're doing, just like you've done with mine. Take care. We'll see you guys at the top.